Jan imagines a world where his life as a soldier is over and he is living in peace with his wife and child, thanks to the battles they have fought. But he cannot ignore the knocking on his window from Hangi, letting him know that they are outside. Reluctantly, he comes out to meet Hangi and Mikasa Ackerman. Hangi bribes the two of them on Levi Ackerman's presence conditions and how they joined forces with Soy Maggot and Vicky to stop Eren Yeager. Given the destructions of the island military structure, Hangi no longer feels that they can be considered Gan and Mikasa commanding officer, but Hangi still wants their help. Hangi feels that their current team is powerless without Gan and Mikasa assistance, or that of the Nine Titans. Mikasa agrees, hoping to spare Eren from any additional attacks, even he ultimately means to protect her or Paradise Island. Jan is skeptical, even if they stop Eren, they won't end the war's heart rate from them. That will take decades to end, and Eren would only possess the Founding Titan for another 4 years due to the curse of Ymir. Hangi and Jan debate over the hypotheticals and whether they could realistically buy time by stopping Eren. Jan points out nothing they have tried so far has worked, which is why Eren decided that it was necessary to wipe out the rest of the world. Hangi snaps, refusing to accept or support genocide as a solution. A moment later, Hangi apologizes and acknowledges that their idealism led Eren to his current path. Hangi wanted to run away and forgot everything, but they are still the 14th commander of the survey groups, and they cannot forget their devotion to the freedom of humanity. Most of their comrades died without knowing the truth about the world outside the walls, and they wonder if any of the fallen soldiers would be so narrow-minded as to only wish for freedom for those on the island. Hangi believes they have only one chance to stop the slaughter, and it's now. Jan agrees, saying that he is still a member of the survey groups. The following night, after the rescue of Yelena and Onikippon, a diverse group consisting of the survey groups, Marlene soldiers, and anti-Marlene volunteers gather around campfire while Hangi is cooking. Hangi encourages them to help out instead of staring each other down, while Magath marvels at the fact they are united at all, given the time they spend trying to kill each other. He does not understand why the survey groups is willing to help him, given that they will get a world of freedom if they let Eren go. Hangi reminds him that they don't want genocide, which Magath misconstrues as seeing the side of the justice, promoting Jan to bring up all the titans Marley has sent at them over the years. Jan says that it's why they fought so hard, and Magath retorts that thanks to their dedication, Marley's fears about Paradise have come true. As the two dig deeper into the historical grievances, Hangi calls an end to their bickering, reminding them that no one of the people present saw anything that happened 2000 years ago. Hangi explains for Magath's benefit that the group of them in the fake groups have lived in the outside world for a few months, so they cannot go back to being ignorant island devils. Annie asks if that means Eren's friends are capable of killing him now. Mikasa does not believe that killing him is the only way to stop him, but Annie is undeterred. She pushes Mikasa and Armin for a last resort plan should Eren not listen to reason. But they do not answer. Annie believes they will end up fighting again if the warrior try to kill Eren. She doubts Mikasa's in particular, as ever considers anything to be more important than him. As Mikasa prepares to face her, Annie flicks out the barb on her ring so she can injure herself. But before they clash, she tells Mikasa that she understands how she feels. The only reason she wants to stop Eren is to protect her father. If Mikasa can convince Eren, so much the better, and they should not fight until it comes down to that. Mikasa agrees. Hangi announces that the stew is ready and lays out the plan as everyone eats. They are going to rely on Kyumi flying pod to approach the founding titan, but before that they need to locate the founder titan itself. Magath says that it's why he requested Yelena capture. However, Yelena is uncooperative. Connie Springer is surprised, expecting that she would want to save her homeland, but Magath and Vicky reveal that it's not the case. Yelena is Marlene disillusioned with her own country. She came up with a story after she met Zeke, one which would paint a picture of her saving the world with a prince. Yelena is unperturbed by the truth and explains that she does not see her actions as any different from the ones they are currently taking. They also say they are saving the world, and in her eyes they are using it as an excuse to pretend their hatred for each other never existed. She calls out how Rainer Braun and Annie killed numerous citizens of Paradise, including former comrades. Yelena questions Armin tactics at the port in the city and how someone so sensible could recklessly destroy the Marlene naval fleet using the Colossus Titan, showing everyone the extent of the power he stole from Bertolot. She then talks about how the survey groups in turn wreaked havoc on Liberia, taking few casualties because they were so effective against military and civilians alike. Yelena does not omit more personal wounds either, such as how Jan nearly killed Falco and Gabby Brown succeeded in killing Sasha Blues. Jan breaks the silence by telling Hangi the stew is great and asks for seconds. He expresses a gratitude for Yelena, airing their grudges so they can put them behind them, but she does not let him off easily, suggesting that he asks about Marco Put. Annie begins to explain that she was the one who took off Marco's vertical maneuvering equipment, but Rainer adds that she only did so under his orders. Marco had overheard Rainer and Bertolot speaking and they were afraid of being found out, so they removed his gear and let him be eaten by a titan. Jan asks if Marco had said anything to them at the end and Rainer replies that Marco said, "We haven't even tried to take this out yet. It's the reason that all of them have been fighting against each other. If they had talked sooner, this bloodshed could have been avoided." Anki says that it's not too late to start stuff they would not have imagined before. They are all eating around the fire now. Rainer still feels guilty over Marco's death and does not want forgiveness, but it's unable to stop talking about his feelings even though Jan no longer wants to hear about it. After an unrequested apology, Jan gets up and throttles Rainer. Connie and Armin have to pull him away and he accidentally kicks Gabby when she tries to protect her cousin. The shock of hitting her gets Jan to stop. Falco runs up asking if she is alright, but Gabby turns to Gan and tells him that they wanted to slaughter the people of Paradise so the world would accept and forgive them. But now everyone they care about is going to be taken away because of it. She apologizes and asks Gan and the other survey group's members to help them to stop the rambling. Jan asks to be let go and stalks off into the woods. Gabby despairs over his departure, and in the woods Jan holds his head in agony. The next morning, Jan lets Gabby know that he does intend to help them and they leave for the harbor in a pair of wagons. He apologizes to Gabby for kicking her, but does not apologize to Rainer, who accepts that. Vicky approaches the group in her car Titan after having scouted ahead, and informs them that the Jaegerists have captured the harbor. They must have gone ahead using the steam engines, and they are currently prepared for battle, with soldiers equipped with anti-Titan gear. Inside the harbor, Flock Forces stands behind the captive Kumiya with a pistol in hand.